Hello, Rayquazers! So, gonna notice something different about this, and I just kind of changed the little video recording theme right there. Look at this. Look at this. What is this madness? What is it? Okay, first of all, this is a 4th generation battle. It's against Robotnik is Sexy, because I was like, oh, I just finished a 4th generation team, trying to get back into it. Can't figure out anybody, and I know that he battled Betts in a 4th generation battle, so I was like, let's ask him. My team's actually on the top. That's the weird thing about 4th and 5th generation differences. Your team is actually on the bottom side because that's where you're going to be, but in this case, your team's at the top. And so he's going to lead off with a Tentacruel, and I'm going to lead off with a Nuzlocke, and really there's no team preview, so I'm not really sure what he has. But I figured the taunt was too obvious, so I decided to switch. He either predicts that, or just really didn't care about getting taunted. I'm not really sure. But he's going to bring in Swampert, and I figured he probably had something to take a Thunderbolt, so I went for the HP Ice, because I figured, you know, if it is ground, I don't know if I really want to go for a Flash Cannon, because I'm not sure how much it'll actually do. So I went for HP Ice in case it would get that super effective damage. And then I'm going to switch into Fortress, and I do have to apologize to him, because I actually OU Horde, and he didn't OU Horde as much. I mean, he had a few OU, but he didn't have like as many as I did. And so the pain of not having a team preview is I don't realize he has Gengar, so I went for the Rapid Spin foolishly. I should know from previous 4th gen battling that almost every team carried a spin blocker, because you couldn't see your opponent's team anyway, so you could, when something was going to Rapid Spin, you could go ahead and bring in your spin blocker for free. And unfortunately, since he got up those early game entry hazards, it's really going to mess with me a little bit until I can get some momentum behind my team. The problem is he's switching into his appropriate counters. He already knows almost all my team by this point, which is not good because I know barely any of his team. I know a few of his team, but I don't know all of it, which is rather disappointing. And actually, he makes a weird play later on. He brings, I won't spoil it, but you know, he could have had prime opportunity to actually set up this Pokemon earlier, and he didn't. But he is going to bring in Swampert on the Bullet Punch. Wanted to save his Gengar. I go for the Bug Bite because I kind of figured he was going to go for the Earthquake, and I really don't see the point in going for a Sword Stance if he's going to go Earthquake and I'm not going to be able to sweep. But he actually went for the Roar. And right here, it's like Dragonite versus Swampert, and I was fairly certain I could take out the Swampert since I have Superpower and Life Orb, but I am not max attack. So clearly that's not going to do damage. I'm actually a Mixed Dragonite, which Mixed Dragonite was actually highly used in 4th gen. It's not used as much in 5th gen because you have multi-skill and the relative ease of setting up a Dragon Dance, but in 4th gen, Mixed Dragonite was all the rage. And now he is going to roar me out into my Gyarados, and here I just go for the Waterfall. And clearly I'm an Intimidate Gyarados because Moxie isn't even introduced till 5th gen. So I do lower his attack, and he roared me out, so I guess he didn't have the Ice Beam. That's my guess, or he expected me to switch, and it just didn't work out for him. And he's going to bring in Metagross, and right here, I go for the Earthquake, and he sets up the Agility, predicting the Thunder Punch, but I'm not really sure why he didn't bring in Metagross on Scizor. He could have gotten up a free Agility. Still had Metagross at full health, and I don't know, it was kind of a weird play. I was thinking about that, and then he reveals that he has the Thunder Punch. Like when he went for the Agility straight away, I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't have the Thunder Punch, but I'm guessing he probably predicted a switch. And then I'm gonna just bring in Scizor and easily revenge kill the Metagross because it was at exceptionally low HP, and Technician Bullet Punch does a lot. And so he's going to bring in Crobat, and I'm like, okay. And then after I went for the Bullet Punch, it occurred to me, this could be a special attacking Crobat. It really could be, because that was also fairly popular in 5th gen, or not 5th gen, 4th gen, to run a special attacking Crobat. And so it is, so he goes for the Heat Wave. And I brought in my Scarf Magnezone thinking I would outspeed him, but clearly I don't. He outspeeds me by a smidgen, because he's Modest Nature, and he outspeeds me by like 1 point. I calculated it, and I was like, well, that's highly disappointing. 1 point outsped. And well, Gengar is going to come in, and I'm just going to rain down Thunderbolts on stuff. I do survive the Heat Wave, which was really useful because I'm not really sure. I probably would have lost this battle if my Magnezone had not survived. Because I really didn't have anything to deal with Gengar after Scizor was gone. And I guess I had Dragonite, but Gengar could have just kept subbing and getting leftovers recovery, and that would have been really, really annoying. So now he's going to bring in Umbreon and go for the Wish, and I guess pass, thinking I'm just going to go for the straight Thunderbolt. And he wants to heal up his Tentacruel so it has a relative ease of coming in. But yeah, his Wish just got passed to full HP Tentacruel. And really here I just make, I don't know why, I guess I thought this battle was going to go a little bit longer than it actually did. Because I decided to, well first I go for the Earthquake, but when he brings in the Umbreon, I decide to take this opportunity to go ahead and set up at least my Spikes for entry hazards, since he doesn't have any Levitate Pokemon left, which is good. I decided to go ahead and set up my Spikes, because I figured that this battle would be going on a little bit later and Spikes could come in handy. It would be really useful, and he's using a mechanic in 4th gen that I believe was taken out in 5th gen. It's the mechanic of baton passing a mean look onto your opponent, which is highly disappointing because that means this Tentacruel is going to get baton passed mean look, and I am stuck in here. I can't switch out. And so I kind of somewhat figured that'd be his move. After I saw mean look, I was like, you know, he's probably baton passing, which it's good that I kind of predicted that. He could have also stayed in predicting that, which would have been exceptionally bad because then my Fortress would be stuck with an Umbreon, and then I'd be like, what am I gonna do? So he's gonna go for the Surf, and I guess he probably thought this was gonna do a lot more damage than it did. I mean, Fortress is pretty defensive, and I think I'm just running the Sand Set. I could be running especially defensive because I like to do stuff like that, like run specially defensive Skarmory and Fortress, just for the lulls and all that. And so his Surf is actually going to 3-hit KO me, but I survived long enough to get off a couple Earthquakes, and I wasn't sure he was actually going to die at this Earthquake. Like, I thought he might survive, but he does die, which was interesting. So that's kind of good that I ran Earthquake over Explosion, because otherwise I just would have exploded. And right here, he's actually going to go just go ahead and flee so that it doesn't become a long drawn out battle, which is actually respectable doing 5th gen or 4th gen because yeah, you never know if it's going to be a long drawn out battle. But that was a good battle. Definitely go check out Robotnik is Sexy if you guys don't know him anyway. And let me know how you enjoyed this 4th gen battle. If you guys liked it, I might go ahead and try and get out more of these. The only problem is it's kind of hard to find 4th gen battles nowadays, since most everybody's like moved on to Black and White and Black and White 2. Nobody's playing like Heart Gold, Soul Silver anymore. And for the comment question, what is your personal favorite 4th gen set that you always used to run? I forgot to get a comment question in early, but there it is. So comment, like, and sub, and see ya.